Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to actually go over a pretty cool topic that a lot of people don't talk about in the fitness, the health industry world, and that is central nervous system recovery, specifically post-workout and before bed. Now, your nervous system is extremely important not only during or when you're training. We want to be in that sympathetic state, that fight or flight state when you're training, but as soon as you're done training, then obviously before you go to bed, you want to have or really just the entire rest of the day, you want to try to be as calm and as relaxed as possible if you're trying to optimize recovery. Now, I would argue a lot of people have a very jacked up and agitated nervous system. Not even if they don't even work out. Like if you're somebody who relies on caffeine very heavily, if your workouts are very go, high intent, like CrossFit, boot camp type stuff, where it's very low rest period, you're just go all the time, you feel like you're dead afterwards, somebody that barely gets any sleep, I would argue that your nervous system and your recovery, your ability to recover is shit, okay? But luckily you're watching this video, and I'm going to give you some tips to help down-regulate your nervous system, bring you more to that parasympathetic state, and get your recovery process going. So, number one is just breath work. I'm a very big fan of box breathing. Post-workout, like literally the first thing I do is some breathing, and then before bed. Box breathing, really simple. So I would want you to inhale through your nose into your belly. You can lay on your back, you can lay against whatever's comfortable. You can put your legs up. So inhale for about 5 seconds into your stomach. You don't want to be a chest breather where you're breathing into your chest. Really try to breathe into your stomach. Then you hold that for 5 seconds. You hold that breath. Then you exhale as long as you can. You want that exhale to be very drawn out and long. I do it through my mouth, some people through your nose, some people both, kind of whatever. I think just letting the exhale happen, but making it slow. And then you hold that for 5 seconds, and then you just keep repeating that process. Do that for anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, and I can guarantee if you do it right, you will feel much calmer after you do it. So after you train, the downfall of doing videos out here. Bugs fly into your ear and your mouth. Disgusting. Oh well. So do those things before you work out, or not before. Don't do it before you work out. That's the opposite of what you want to do. After you work out, before you go to bed. Number two, some supplementation that you can do. I'm not a very big fan of supplements. I've talked about this in another video, but I do think it is worth investing some money into some central nervous system calming supplements. So those 3 supplements: magnesium glycinate, taurine, and theanine. I take all 3 of those, all very cheap, immediately post-workout, and then before bed, it's going to help bring down your nervous system. And number 3, nutrient timing, specifically your carbohydrates. I'm a big fan, and I've talked about this in another video, of timing your carbs, having your biggest carb meals after you work out and before you go to bed. So maybe your dinner, those are your biggest carb meals. Specific, not so much for fat loss and stuff like that, but to bring down your nervous system, to calm your nervous system down. Because when you eat carbohydrates, I may have this wrong, but I think I'm right with this. When you eat carbohydrates, you obviously release insulin, and then when you release insulin, serotonin will be released. It'll help calm you down. That's why some people actually may get sleepy after they eat carbs. Now, you don't want to be sleepy before you work out. That's why I'm not a huge fan of eating carbs pre-training. But when you eat those carbohydrates before or after you train, you get a lot of that. You have that big insulin spike. That will help calm your nervous system down because it was just heightened from your workout, and then it'll obviously help you sleep. Now, I know that people might like having a big carb meal before bed. That's crazy. If you watch my other video on calories and macros, when you eat during the day doesn't really matter. Calories and macros are going to be the most important thing. So next, last on the list, activations, stretching, and foam rolling. Now, if you're a client of mine, which if you're watching this video, you probably are, this is basically just your warm-up, or your off day, your recovery day stuff, your broga stuff, where you're basically just taking every joint and every muscle through its entire range of motion. Well, if you take a joint through its entire range of motion, then that was kind of stupid for me to say. But anyway, you're taking each joint through its entire range of motion, from your ankles the whole way up to your fingers, your neck, your spine, your shoulders. So it's basically just muscular contractions. Now, you don't want to hold these too long. You don't want to go too hard with these because these can actually jack up your nervous system. But if you do them right, they can have a calming effect. And then last, stretching and foam rolling. This is the only time I'm an advocate of stretching and foam rolling. Not to change tissue or to mobilize anything or for anything. It's strictly because it's relaxing. Anything that's going to relax you, I think, is good. But if some people do some long static stretching, they feel very relaxed during it. Some foam rolling, they feel very relaxed. So I threw those in there. You can maybe do that stuff before bed or post-workout to help, again, calm your nervous system down. That's obviously the whole point of this video, is central nervous system down regulation and recovery. All right, guys, I know I stumbled a couple times in this video, but I'm not going to edit it because I don't really care. So I hope this video was helpful and you guys are able to apply these tips and this advice to your, geez, these bugs, man, crazy. You're able to apply these tips and this advice to your everyday life. And again, a jacked up, agitated nervous system, if you're one of those people, good luck recovering. Because, I mean, recovery is key, especially as you get older. And if you want to optimize building as much muscle as possible, then obviously losing as much body fat as possible. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.